What's up, bro? Gabriel Gray here. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about how to create and have strong boundaries so no one walks all over you, steps all over you, and makes you feel inferior. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to create and how to have strong boundaries so no one is actually treating you any worse or any different. Okay, before we crack into the video, hit subscribe below, hit the notification bell so you're notified by upcoming videos. Let's crack into it. So when it comes to creating strong boundaries, I want you to understand a few things. The first thing to creating strong boundaries, you need opinions. You can't have a strong boundary if you don't have opinions. You need strong opinions. So what I would recommend for you, you need to think to yourself, what are your opinions on health, wealth, relationship, fitness, people doing things to you, people taking you shopping, you driving the car? What are your opinions on life overall? What are your opinions on what you should be doing? What's valuable? What's not valuable? What are your opinions on what other people are doing? What are your opinions on certain hobbies, certain interests, certain passions? Okay, you need to develop strong opinions. Once you have a strong opinion on certain things, then we can go into creating a boundary. Because the first step is you can't have a boundary if you've got nothing, if you've got no substance to you, there's no opinions. You'll be frustrated when people do things to you, but no one knows because you don't have any strong opinions. So what I recommend, write down, this is an exercise, and I recommend you doing this, okay? Don't just watch, actually pause after I tell you this exercise and then do it, okay? What I recommend, you take around 20 topics, okay? And I want you to write them down. For example, politics, religion, fashion, exercise, gym, yoga, nutrition. Take around 20 topics, traveling, partying, okay, whatever it is, drinking, drugs. Take around 20 topics, and I want you to write down at least a paragraph. What are your views on this topic? How do you see it? What is good and what is bad? Okay? What is right and what is wrong? Develop strong opinions. This is the first step. Once you develop a strong opinion, now we're getting into the next thing, which is now we can create a boundary. Okay, because if my opinion is, I believe that this is how you should eat food. This is what you should eat. Okay, I've done my research. This is good. This is bad. This is what we should be eating. Now, when people tell me, no, you should eat something different, Gabriel, or you should do this, or you shouldn't do this, you should do this, or you shouldn't do this, whatever it is, when people tell me that, okay, I'm going to say, no. This is what I stand for. This is what I believe is right, and I am not going to do that. But how can I have that boundary if I don't have an opinion? Okay? It's coming from a lack of no evidence, of no competence. If I don't develop an opinion, I can't have that boundary. Okay, so you need to develop opinions, and then you can develop boundaries, and then once you have your boundary, okay, because again, even with your boundary, you need to write down what do you accept and what you don't accept based on your opinion. You probably wrote it down in the first exercise. What do you accept? What don't you accept? This is what I accept. This is what I don't when it comes to X, Y, and Z topics. Okay. The next step is what do you do if someone breaks your boundary? If you accept something but you don't accept something else, how do you deal when someone breaks your boundary? How do you deal with it? Number one, you don't react emotionally. Okay. You don't get aggressive and confrontational. Oh my God, why did you do that? Okay. You don't get aggressive, you don't get confrontational because that shows weakness. Okay, it's low value trait. It's a very low value trait. Okay, you see a lot of guys that can't handle their emotions. When someone steps on their boundary or goes against something they believe, they will get very emotional and flustered and angry. Okay, it's not what we want. You know your boundary, but now we don't get frustrated or angry or emotional, but we still need to verbalize our boundary. So you can do it in isolation with one person. Maybe it's with one guy, with your friend, or maybe it's amongst a group. You tell everyone. Okay, whatever it is, you need to understand when you call someone out on breaking your boundary, if you do it in isolation, there's pros and cons. If you do it in a group, there's pros and cons. When you do it in a group, it draws a lot more attention to the breaking the boundary. When you do it in isolation, it becomes more intimate and it's more about, okay, bro, I just want you to understand this. Okay, so there's more pressure if you do it on the group, so there's pros and cons. Now, how do you call someone out? You state it to them. Bro, you did this, and this is what I stand for, this is what I accept, and you did this is why I don't appreciate it, and I would appreciate it if you don't do that again. You need to explain to them the reason Otherwise, it doesn't make sense to them. This is the reason why it actually upset me. This is the reason why it frustrated me, and I would appreciate it if you don't do it again. Okay? I'm not confrontational. I'm not emotional. I'm explaining my boundary to the person. I'm explaining it to him. I'm not justifying. I'm explaining it to him. This is why I have the boundary. This is why what you did made me upset. I just want you to understand, and I'd appreciate it if you don't do it again. Okay? And now the next step to all of this, because you've got strong opinions, you've got strong boundaries, but now is the next step in the whole journey. The next step, because again, what's the danger now? We get to this level. We have strong opinions, we have strong boundaries. That's good. But then there's a next step, because the danger now is you become a dictator. This is what I accept. This is what I don't accept. This is what I think is right. This is what is wrong. People that don't do this are idiots. People that do this are right. Okay, you become a dictator, even though you've got strong boundaries, and that's a very attractive trait. Okay, you become a dictator. And again, there's terribly wrong issues and wrong qualities with a dictator. Okay, they're not taking into account other people's emotional feelings. They're not taking into account the group. There's a difference between a dictator and a leader, as I always say. Okay, a leader is attractive. He takes into account everyone, not just himself. Okay, but most guys, they don't even have strong opinions. Most guys definitely do not have strong boundaries. So that's the first step. But then you go to the third step, which is now you're thinking, okay, I've got these strong opinions. I've got these strong boundaries. Now I need to detach from them. Okay, so I've got these strong opinions. I've got these strong boundaries. But if other people have different views, do I just judge them? Do I hate on them? Okay, am I comfortable with other people having different opinions? Even though I've got strong opinions and strong boundaries, am I comfortable with people having different opinions? Am I comfortable with people thinking differently to me? Am I comfortable with people seeing the world in a different way, with people having different boundaries to me? Am I comfortable with that? Okay, because when you detach yourself, you're detaching yourself from your boundaries, from your opinions. That's when the true overall cycle goes, and that's when the true growth begins. Opinions, strong opinions, boundaries, detaching yourself from your opinions. Okay, you still have them, but now you're not getting angry even inside. You're not getting angry when people have different opinions. Okay, you understand people. You're starting to see the world through other people's perspectives. You're putting yourselves in other people's shoes. Okay, this is the real process of how to develop strong boundaries. This is what it really means. You can't skip ahead. Some guys teach you go from nothing to detaching from boundaries, detaching from your opinions. If you don't even have opinions, there's nothing to detach from. Okay? I see guys that have no opinions, they've got no strong boundaries, and they follow certain advice of, oh, let's detach from my opinions. Okay? Well, you don't have opinions. Okay? So you don't skip any part of this 3-part process. Okay? Very, very important. So, bro, hope you enjoyed this video. Comment below. I want you to know which step you are stuck in. Is it step 1, you don't have strong opinions? Is it step 2, you've got opinions, you've got strong opinions, but you don't have any boundaries? Or is it step 3, you've got strong opinions, you've got strong boundaries, but you're still not detached from them. You still get a little bit emotional and upset and judge when other people have different opinions to you. Let me know which one of the 3 you actually stuck in. Okay, bro, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit subscribe below, hit the notification bell to get notified by upcoming videos. This is Gabriel Gray. I will catch you soon.